Hello, good morning, Nigerians, and God bless our dear father, our dear mother's land. Nigeria, I hail you from this particular angle, and happy Democracy Day to every single Nigerians, both the male and the female, the young and old. We are 25 years old in our democracy. Wow, we have actually come a long way. Congratulations once again. Alright, this is your favorite show, the newspaper review here on TAF TV. And like you know, we give Nigerians the opportunities to air their views in regards to the headlines that are making rounds on our newspaper. My name is Ayokeme and I am your host for today. Alright, let's move straight to the headlines and see what the headline has for us today. Today being a remarkable day, June 12, 2024, we are considering first the New Telegram. And on the front page of the New Telegram we have June 12, remembering the election that reshaped Nigeria. Details of that is found on page 2 down to page 28. Alright, now moving on, we have federal government seeks $2.5 billion World Bank loan to Plenty Fund Renewed Hope Project, says Baguru. Details of that is found on page 2 to 7. Senate disowns NOAS version of national anthem. Wow, impressive. Details of that is found on page 2 down to page 30. Sexual harassment scandals rocks Foreign Affairs Ministry. Details of that is found on page 4. Simon Ekpe, anonymous callers threatening my life, says Ohanese's spokesman. Details of that is found on page 30. Democracy Day, non-state actors plan to incite violence protests, says DSS. Details of that is found on page 4 and page 5. And still on the New Telegram we have, alright, now moving on, still on the New Telegram we have Emefiele, court admits Buhari's approval for Naira redesign as exhibit, says Emefiele. Details of that is found on page 28 and page 29 of the New Telegram. Rise in electricity tariff must be fair, equitable, says Abbas. Details of that is found on page 3 and page 30. Alright, now moving on, we have on page 5, Bidon's son found guilty on all courts in gun trial. You can read that up on page 5. Alright, now moving on the nations, we have on the front page, it says, ongoing reforms will lead to stronger economy, says Tinubu. Details of that is found on the front page of the Nation newspaper. Emefiele printed Naira in UK against Buhari's approval. Details of that is found on page 5. Ethnic politics and tackling time bomb, Jonathan warns. Details of that is found on page 4. Nnamdi Kalu files contempt charge against DSS, DG. Details of that is found on page 2. Enugu government seals EEDC. Details of that is found on page 7 of the Nation newspaper. Alright, moving on the Punch we have Democracy Day. Tinubu hails Abiola, others warns against anti-democratic forces. Details of that is found on page 2. State court begins sitting as state counters federal government on local government funds. Details of that is found on page 2. Dangote refinery commences PMS supply comes July. Details of that is found on page 31 of the Punch newspaper. Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway, federal government reroute mega projects, slashes lands to 6. Details of that is found on page 31. Alright, now moving on page 43 we see, now moving on the Punch we have Tinubu, United Nations mourns Malawi's vice president, others killed in plane crash. You can read that up on page 43 of the Punch newspaper. Protest rocks Ebonyi, community over traditional rulers coronation. Details of that is found on page 4. Abia tackles NLC for opposing workers workers' certificate screening. Details of that is found on page 41 of the Punch newspaper. OT suspends health commissioner, orders probes. Details of that is found still on page 41 of the Punch newspaper. All right, that is all we have for you in regards to the headlines that are making rounds on our newspaper. In this Democracy Day, now let's hit to the streets of Port Harcourt and hear the reactions of Nigerians in regards to these particular headlines. Do well to stay tuned. All right, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Happy democracy to you, sir.
Happy democracy to you back.
It has been 25 years gone. How do you feel for the past 25 years? Let's start from there.
Okay, I feel bad. Actually, I feel bad. A child of 25 years is still crawling. Do you understand? That they brought democracy to us, whereas we feel better when the military is still in power. But the democracy, they say this government for the people, of the people, and by the people.
All about the people.
All about the people. Whereas the people are no longer
being carried along.
Yes, being carried along. So how is democracy being the giant of Africa, as the president said, is the most populous black nation, experimenting democracy for more than 25 years, and whereas we are not doing the democracy. Do you understand? If you come from a nation, they say by the people, we elect them. Whereas the people don't have the say.
The impact is not
there. The impact is not there. Even me could not even vote. I struggled to vote. They say, with my voter's card, the apathy there, everything become a violent area. So from there I decided, okay, instead to die trying to vote, let me save my life not to vote. Do you understand? And yes, so this is what they call democracy. When you have the right, you have the freedom, the chance to do what? To cast your vote, to elect your leaders. But in our own system, it's not, reverse is the case. Do you understand? So this democracy, as America is doing it, is good. But we copy democracy. We are not doing it right.
We actually copied, but
they never exhibited. You see, so we love democracy. If it is actually being carried out in a normal way, check the past election that they did, even here in River State, where I witnessed, you cannot vote. Even when you voted, they said no, don't apathy everywhere. Apathy everywhere. We know what is the ordinary man, what is going on. So what they are doing here is a nation. It's not a nation. Do you understand? Because who that win will not go unless the incumbent governor tells you that you are the one who won. That is what you allowed for me. You understand me? God bless you, sir.
So please, lastly, I would like your thoughts. Do you think this governance is more of dictatorship than more of dictatorship than democracy? Like they are the ones dictating for us.
Of course, they are the ones dictating for us, and that is why our amiable past president, Goodluck Jonathan, warned them that ethnicity should not be inclusive, should not be inclusive in our government, where the winner takes it all. And when you win, you need to look, is it a Yoruba man? Okay, put him there. Is it a Igbo man? Oh, no. That is what is going on here in Nigeria. In Nigeria.
We're actually forming cabals for
yes, ethnic group. So that it's me. You understand? It's our person. Are you there? Okay, carry me. You know, it's me. I'm your brother. Do you understand? So that is what we are saying.
All right, so now let's look lastly now on the nation. It says ongoing reforms will lead to stronger economy, says Tinubu. Now this is what one of his speech.
What are they reforming? In actual sense, what are they reforming?
A
renewed hope in the hopeless situation like me. I have not eaten. Even this morning, I have not tasted anything. Do you understand? Or is it when we all die? If you are reformed, we should be seeing it. That, oh, this one, the reform, it has worked. But when you are reforming, we are not feeling it. We are not seeing the impact. Instead of that, we are dying in hunger. Economy is going down. For they say he said about they built our economy based on oil. Do you understand? Based on, yes, than the other side. And it's true. Whoever comes to power will like to sell the oil 25 years, 30 years. 30 years.
It's actually following the footprint.
Yes. 30 years, 25 years. That when the child that is born today will not, and when they sell the oil for 30 years, you will not see anything. Development is not there. What are they using it for? Into their pockets. And me and you that is born today, we need to grow till after 30 years. Then another man will come and resell it to another bidder. And the people keep, Nigeria economy keep dying. If they sold the oil, based on they want to reform the economy, then the economy should be helping us. Do you understand? We should be seeing it. We should see the proof. Hunger should not be in Nigeria. Yes, hunger should not be in this country. With the level of what we have, the resources we have. God bless you, sir.
Thank you.
Many of them did not see the democracy. People died for it. And today, we say that we are having a democracy and nothing to show.
Okay. So, are you saying in essence that we're having more of dictatorship than democracy?
Exactly. Not even dictatorship. It's the government of corruption. I tag it like that. Look at, you put somebody to block your way. Before you leave power, you find somebody that will be there.
A perfect replacement.
A perfect replacement that will do all your biddings when you are no longer there. Or perhaps may not allow people to prove you. Is that a government? Is that a government that today we don't have a perfect railway in Nigeria? Today we don't have a perfect transport system. Today we don't have anything you can call made in Nigeria. In 2015, Goodluck Jonathan came up with the idea of what we call homemade. And there was the bread they were producing that. We have a flour in Nigeria made flour that we use to produce the other things. Today, how much is a bag of flour? Today, how much is a bag of rice? President Buhari said no. He blocked all the importations, blocked the borders against importation. That the local farmers should have patronage. Today, are we eating the made in Nigerian rice? If we are eating, at what cost? In 2015, a bag of rice was 8,000 naira, very expensive rice, 8,000 naira. Minimum wage back then were 18,000 and thereabouts. Now you came out with less than now minimum wage is 60,000 or 65,000 naira as you are pleading to pay them. Whereas a bag of rice is 90,000 naira. So with your full salary, you cannot buy a bag of rice. So who are they deceiving? Who are they fooling? Who am I there? I don't have anything. It is a pity that we are in such a nation where they call us giants of Africa. For where? Where is our strength?
Where is our strength? The giant in us is going down.
The giant is us. We don't even have a giant.
So, lastly, what's your prayer for Nigeria? You know, as a patriotic Nigerian, you always have a prayer.
I don't pray for Nigeria. The problem of Nigeria is not prayers. The problem of Nigeria that what I am saying, let the youth of this nation stand up against all fears and say enough to bad government. Let the military stand to defend this nation because that is their core duty, to defend the nation against corrupt politicians.
At this point, if we're inviting the military into this civilized nation, don't you think that will be some level of coup?
Civilization will turn benefits of the people. When your people are suffering, are you civilized? I am not saying they should take over. As they should come and defend this nation. Were they not the people who sanitized the nation before? Have they not done it before?
Strongly agree. They have.
So they should defend the nation. Who they swore to defend Nigeria.
At some point,
We are only defending the politicians.
politicians.
If they detoxify the kidney,
Let them defend the nation.
your kidney or liver.
Right.
That is why you need
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very
to
much.
clear your body. If they help rheumatism, anybody who gets rheumatism, rheumatoid.
All right, we have come to the end of our newspaper review here on TAF TV, and I will not forget, once again, happy democracy to every single Nigerian. We are 25 years, just like I earlier said, celebrating our democracy and the election that actually brought Nigeria to where we are today. All right, you also can be part of this show, just like Nigerians that were able to speak to. They were able to show their reactions. You also can drop your reactions on our comment sections. Follow us up on all our social media handles, and please subscribe so that you keep notified each time we drop videos that are showing the reactions of Nigerians. My name is Ayo Keme, and this has been the newspaper review here on TAF TV. Do well to take care of yourself.